Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, the number one place for people who love design, art and all things creative. I'm Jacqueline and I'm an interior architect and designer here at D&B, and today's video is all about home interior colour palettes and more specifically how to combine different colours together. I think that it can be quite confusing when trying to select paint colours or put together a cohesive colour scheme for your home. Mainly because things like colour psychology and words like analogous get thrown in and it just makes everything more confusing. And I'll let you into a little secret, which might be controversial, but I don't use the colour wheel to match colours, and I'll explain why. Whilst it's a good guide to follow for some things, sometimes I just think when it comes to interiors, it doesn't really work. In theory, this should work, but realistically, it looks like the Wonga factory. And complementary red and green gives the atmosphere of Christmas time, which is a great option if you want your home to look like the Home Alone house. And whilst these bold colour choices are fantastic on film sets, in real life it just seems a bit out of place. And for the majority of the time, I would say that a lot of us decorate using neutrals, meaning that the colour wheel is kind of irrelevant. So today I'm going to be giving you the best colour palettes that I think can be achieved by going through each hue on the visible spectrum and what would work with each respective colour. Because I'm sure you already have a principal colour in mind, so I'm here to help you put together your interior colour scheme. So if you're interested, let's jump in. So let's start at the beginning with a red interior. Perhaps not the most common or thought about when picking paint colours for your home, but there are lots of ways to incorporate a red colour scheme into your interior. Red doesn't necessarily mean it has to be like Dracula's castle. Instead, think of using muddy hues that have grey tones mixed in to take away from the harshness. Or to create a cosy atmosphere, think about dark maroon and burgundy tones for richness. Because red is already quite a domineering colour, you're going to want to pick furniture that is more on the neutral side, so beige, white and black tones. On the flip side, you could select a bold red statement piece and then decorate around that using neutral wall and floor finishes. Other than neutrals, you could go for pink and red to create a romantic environment. And lastly, for a warming vibe, look to jewel tones like teal, amber, emerald, sapphire and plum for a regal, sophisticated look. Next up we have orange, one of the most fun and punchy colours on the spectrum. Recently, rust and terracotta tones have become extremely popular, which I like to think creates the illusion of a desert oasis, perfect for those of you who like a bohemian look. For that, stick to earthy tones like caramel, fossil and salmon to create a North African aesthetic. For more of a modern, contemporary look, instead of another colour, think about using gold accent pieces. Gold will reflect the lush colours of the orange to create an overall cosy atmosphere. I think that yellow gets a bad rap because it's playful and youthful, which is why it's used a lot in children's rooms. But there are certainly ways it can be gorgeous in your home too. Yellow interiors, a lot of the time, remind me of the 70s, so choose complementary pinks and browns to create that funky retro look. However, I know a lot of people hate that, which is fair enough. So instead combine darker mustard yellows, stark whites and black for a modern approach. A perfect way for conjuring a glamorous interior. Fourth is of course green, which I talk a lot about in my living room trends video, so I won't talk about it that much. But essentially different shades of green laid on top of one another is going to give the appearance of an eco-friendly, tranquil space. So if you're looking to create a zen moment in your home, these are your colours. In fact, if you're going for a zen look, highlight the lime green tones brought through from bamboo by pairing it alongside chocolate brown. This will then really enhance the Japanese atmosphere you're trying to create. Now, if that's a bit on the boring side for you and you're looking to really spice up your interior, then pair emerald tones with baby pinks. A colour pairing that is reminiscent of the bygone Art Deco era and also reminds me of the Beverly Hills Hotel colour scheme. Okay, I think a lot of you would agree with me that blue is a universally liked colour, especially when talking about interior colour palettes. And I think that's mainly down to the fact that it's such a calming colour that can easily be implemented into the home without it looking crazy. So to create that calm, serene space, your best neutrals to pair with a dull blue would be creamy beige and greys. I like to think of the colour palette as beach inspired because to me that is one of the most tranquil locations, so think of the kinds of colours you would find walking along the sea. Alternatively, if you like bold cobalt blues and navies, I think you can have a lot of fun there. Because navy is relatively close to black, you can go crazy with the accent colours and pick multiple shades. If maximalist or eclectic interiors inspire you, then this is 100% the route I would advise to go down, because the blue gives you a plain backdrop to layer on top of and be crazy with. Or for that extra added drama, choose cobalt instead of navy if you're looking for an audacious interior design style. Purple is the colour of queens. For a sophisticated interior, pair lilac and white together. Although lilac is a pastel tone, it's actually quite saturated, which is why I think it looks best alongside a clean white tone. If you're looking to use gloomy plum and mulberry shades, a cool tone palette will add to the seductive effect. Navy and teal, cool tone blues will both conjure a beautifully colourful interior. For more pinky fuchsias and Barbie pinks, think about using a summer palette. So that's your lime greens, sky blues, lemon yellows, turquoise and lavender, the best combination when using such a pretty, zestful hue. Chances are, if you're picking this colour, you're not afraid of bold colours, so feel free to mix up multiple tones together and also really experiment with patterns when using hot pinks like this too. Another tool I like to use to create the perfect interior colour combination is by using an online colour palette generator. This is not sponsored at all, but I have to admit that I use these kind of websites a lot, so I'll leave some linked in the description. But for example, if you have a photo that you love and want to use as inspiration for your interior, you simply upload the image and it will generate a colour scheme based off of what you've provided. Cool, right? And I'm sure with all of that information, you'll be able to put together a flawless colour scheme for your home. If you need any more advice, I have a whole playlist with interior design and home decor tips, and I've left it linked in the description. And if any of you are new, then I just want to welcome you to the channel where we talk about interior design, home decor, and all that cool creative stuff in between. So if any of that interests you, feel free to subscribe. But if you are already a creative crew member, then give the video some love, because by doing that, you really help the channel to grow even more. I hope that you enjoyed my paint colours video, and I really do appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.